Yeah, I'm laying in my bed. So what? Let me tell you why most men and women do not have the physique that they want, especially if you're doing bodybuilding or want to bodybuild. I'm out. Debate anybody. I guarantee you this is probably one of the main reasons why a lot of people aren't having the physiques that they want, right? It's because too many of us focus too much on cutting down and being lean. Why? For a number of reasons. The aesthetics, obviously, how I look, how I make you look. If you lean, you look way more aesthetic. You look way more attractive to societal standards, right? Mostly. Well, here's the problem. Cutting down is a very important phase. You know, cutting down is super important to reveal the work, to reveal the muscle. But when you're spending most of your journey trying to cut down or getting cut and then cutting back down and then whatever, you are not building quality, dense muscle. And I'm here to argue that the hypertrophy phase is probably one of the most important phases of bodybuilding. Okay, strength and foundation is super important because that's going to get you stronger. That can help with weaknesses. We know that's important as well. All the phases are important, but hypertrophy has to be the most important phase. Now, I say this, and I can say this because I was making this mistake for probably the first 50% of my freaking lifting journey. And I know I'm not the only one. And one of the main reasons why I was doing it was because I had this obsession with wanting to look aesthetic or wanting to look good and wanting to look aesthetic. I mean, let's be honest, most people get into fitness why? So they can look better, right? But the misconception is that, hey, as long as I'm lean, as long as I'm cut, my body will look better. That's the furthest from the truth. So, my message to all my fellow guys, all my fellow people that bodybuild, if you're going through this right now, just suck it up. Deal with bulking. Deal with the idea of bulking. A lot of people don't like bulking, right? But I say deal with it and do it, because if you do it and you do it correctly, you're gonna be so thankful after you put in a good 9 months, a good year and a half, 2 years of bulking and building size. Go ahead and do it. And enjoy the benefits when you go through a nice, decent cut and you see all the beautiful work that you've done. You see the fruits of your labor. When you can get to that point, like, I hate to say this, but somebody come to me and be like, oh yeah, man, I'm into bodybuilding, and they haven't put in at least a year, 9 months to a year of bulking, I can't say I fully respect you in the bodybuilding arena. But at the same time, I take that back, because we're all learning and we're all making mistakes. But I tell you this, if you ain't never listened to anything else I've ever said on my page, take this serious and take notes, because I made this mistake too, and I'm paying for it now, right? Go ahead and utilize a nice macro cycle of you focusing on hypertrophy, working on symmetry, balancing your muscles out, bringing them all up and bringing all your weaknesses out, and build that muscle, man, because that's what bodybuilding is about and what it's for. It's building muscle. So build that muscle and then show it off when you cut down, man, and you got all this muscle that you didn't have, say, a year before, 2 years before. Rinse and repeat. I've been bulky and, having a higher body fat percentage up and down for the last, couple years, 3 years now. And you know what? I'm all right with it. Because I know once I go through prep and I do a full cut, it's going to be something retarded. So, words to the wise, man. Do what you want to do. It's only advice.